Hey, hey, good morning. So I don't know about y'all, but my kids went to school this morning for the first time in 6 days because spring break is over. So I hope everyone is also enjoying the same peace and quiet. So thank you for joining me. Today, we are going to talk about what the heck to order at Starbucks. Now, how often do you visit Starbucks? I'd love for you to put that in the comments below, whether you're joining me live or for the replay. If you're just popping into this news feed, or if I'm popping into your news feed, I'm Audrey Christie, holistic wellness practitioner. I help people heal from the roots up and the inside out. We tackle wellness and health issues and chronic diagnoses that you never thought you'd get rid of from a three-pronged approach: body, mind, and spirit. We use functional nutrition, energy medicine, and intuitive eating to conquer it all. But today we're talking about what to order at Starbucks. So this came to mind because I just traveled on spring break, and I know those of you that are farther north than North Texas might be like, spring break, it's March. But in Texas, spring break is in March. So, and it wasn't super spring-like. It wasn't super not spring-like. I hope y'all don't mind if I drink my coffee because we're talking about Starbucks. And yeah, so I hope you'll grab your cup of coffee. But we went to the coast, and so traveling, staying in a hotel, and then traveling to the house we stayed at the coast, there's not a lot of options for coffee in South Texas, in rural South Texas. But there was Starbucks in Houston. So we stopped at Starbucks in Houston and continued on our way. To be honest, here locally, when I'm out and about, I like to drink coffee from some of our local purveyors, like Liberation Coffee in Lake Dallas or Coombs Coffee in Corinth. But I'll be honest, sometimes it's just easier to drive through Starbucks. And with that handy little Starbucks app, it's even easier to order it, and it's ready when I get there. I don't do it very often. I drive through Starbucks, I don't know, maybe twice a month. But I know people, I see people, both in my practice and in the public, that go to Starbucks every single day. So I'd love to know what your go-to order is at Starbucks. Mine is a venti Americano with coconut milk. And then when it's cold outside, if I happen to go through Starbucks in the afternoon, it's usually a half-calf venti Americano with coconut milk, because nobody needs 4 shots of espresso at 3 p.m., right? So a lot of times, like I said, Starbucks is part of a regular routine for people. Now, there's some things that we can't fix at Starbucks, right? Like you're drinking non-organic coffee, so it's pesticide laden. But every once in a while, it's okay. Like you have to, I get it. You might not have the other options. Humans like routine, and we like to know what to expect. So if you have the opportunity to go to an unknown coffee shop versus Starbucks, you likely choose what you know, right? You're going to choose Starbucks. But if you don't watch what you order, you can take what could just be a little bit of inflammatory coffee and make it really inflammatory by adding all sorts of extra stuff. And a lot of times people don't know that what is in your venti coffee cup is actually enough. It's actually a meal, right? So it's actually enough to enough calories and carbohydrates and proteins and fats to actually constitute a meal. So next time you stop at Starbucks, here are some options for you instead of ordering a venti frappuccino. So the first best option is just a classic brewed coffee. It's simple, it's classic, it's delicious. It's by far the best drink on the Starbucks menu for your lifestyle efforts, right? Actually, the best thing is to not stop at Starbucks. But if you must, then a brewed coffee or an Americano, which is espresso and water. Black is the healthiest option, but if you can't, then ask for stevia or honey, because fresh brewed coffees really don't have any calories. So if you're just adding a dab of sweetener, you're not adding too much or turning your simple coffee into a full, calorie content of a meal. So you can do that. So you could add sugar, sure. You could add artificial sweetener, sure, but those are both really, really inflammatory. So just stick with something like a little dab of stevia or a little dab of raw honey. Now, the best option is to move towards a plain black coffee. So if you just sort of decrease that sweetener over time, it'll make it easier for you to enjoy a plain black cup. The second thing is the brewed teas. Starbucks has a really great selection of fresh brewed teas. They have lots of flavor and antioxidants, and they can even be, taste sweet depending on what herbs are involved. So you can get them hot or iced, so that's always a great option. The third option is a nitro cold brew, and they're really pretty good, but it's smooth and frothy. It's a really frothy cold coffee. And so if you're in the mood for a cold drink, that's always an option, which we'll all be in the mood for cold drinks in North Texas soon. Anything that you would normally add, you can ask them to make it without the sweetener. So you can have a cafe latte with almond milk or coconut milk. And this tastes a little bit more indulgent if you get a cafe latte with almond milk. It's a little bit creamy and it's a little bit sweet, so that can really help. And then a latte macchiato, also a really good one. If you love macchiatos, got you covered here. This is an espresso shot with aerated almond milk, so it makes it really, really frothy and enjoyable. And then I know that Starbucks now has food, so there's a couple options if you're going for like the full breakfast. They have a spinach, feta, and egg white breakfast wrap. Now, don't eat the wrap. That's full of inflammation, but you can open the wrap and just eat the insides. We actually did this at Buc-ee's on our way down. They had breakfast burritos with like brisket and eggs. And so we just ate the insides out. But their eggs at Starbucks are actually cage-free eggs. Again, avoid the whole wheat wrap that it comes in, but it's a really good filling breakfast. You've got spinach in there, so you're getting a little bit of vegetables, protein, and it'll certainly keep you satisfied till your next meal. And it'll keep you from like going through a fast food line. They also have protein boxes, and these are good for lunch or breakfast, but it's like carrots and apples, and then usually some sort of protein or meat. So that's a really great option. And then the last one is the sous vide egg bites. Now they have cheese in them, so does the spinach feta stuff. But you know, when you're traveling, sometimes it's just sort of the best option that you have. So definitely check out the sous vide egg bites that come in several different flavors. But it's basically those cage-free eggs, some sort of cheese, and some sort of meat. And I think the Southwest one, or maybe the spinach feta one, I think there's a few with vegetables in them as well. And then the last thing is they have these Evolution sweet grass and lemon juices. And so this is a little bit sweeter treat, but it's made with real fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and it can give you a good power boost for the rest of your day. So whether you're going in to grab a table or rolling through the drive-thru or doing my favorite, which is just ordering it on the app, you can save these on the app, by the way. So you can go through, and I'll make a post about these so that you can have all of the items lined out, but you can save your orders on the app and have it ready for you to go when you get there. And so that will help you know what items to buy or to choose at Starbucks, hoping still that Starbucks is sort of your last resort, right? Choose local, choose organic first. But I get it. Sometimes Starbucks is all there is available. So if you have questions, please let me know. Pop them in the comments box below. We're still having Wellness Wednesday tomorrow. I just wanted to pop in. I was debating going to Starbucks myself this morning. So I thought, you know what, this is a good time to talk to you guys about, what to order at Starbucks. So we'll try to do some more like real life videos like this where you can have, some knowledge that you can take with you and implement right away. So I'm Audrey Christie. I hope you guys have an amazing Tuesday. I hope your kiddos are back at school, and be well. Thanks.